We can see you, but we can't hear you. There you go.
All right.
That's much better.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, Dan, I have a question.
Yes,
Have you purchased this property yet?
I have not. No, I have a contract to purchase it.
Okay. Because it still says owners Ed Beckwith.
He is still the owner. Yes. Yes.
So then he needs to be online. We can't, I don't know if we can do anything for you because you're not the owner.
He did sign the application, the petition, down at the bottom, authorizing Daniel to apply for this variance request. If you look down at the, there's an electronic signature down at the bottom.
Yeah, I don't know. Usually we talk to people that have deeds.
Mm,
When
I
doing
know.
land stuff, it's recorded, so.
I don't have to say anything. You can, you can talk about it, and I can stay out of it if that's the.
No.
No, I'm just saying, but correct me if I'm wrong, Paul, but we can't make a decision on somebody that doesn't own the property, right?
Well, if the individual, this Ed Beckwith, you
Yeah.
said, if he has signed a document stating that Dan can talk for him, I
Okay,
think
I mean,
that's
it's on the application. It just got a signature on the bottom, but. Okay. Well, that's right. I like to scoop those things out, so, okay.
Yeah, I think we were pretty careful in the beginning to make sure I signed it as the applicant and Ed signed it as the owner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see the actual application. I have all the documents, but I don't have the application.
It is page 6 of the PDF. I don't know if you have the PDF copy of it, but the Board of Appeals application is page 6 of that packet.
Sophia, I'm going to ask a dumb question. Are you representing?
I am, yes. So I don't know if the meeting started, but yes, Sophia Bitz is from R. Levesque Associates here on
Okay.
behalf of the applicant. I'm here to
All right.
present.
All right, hold on.
Okay.
Okay,
Yep,
well,
we're gonna-
in that case, let's kick the meeting off. It looks like all the important people are here.
Great.
So welcome to the Board of Appeals meeting for the town of Southwick on June 14th, 2021. It is 7:06 is what I see. So in attendance from the board, we have Chris Mastriani, Bill Liss, Wendy Cordero is the secretary, and Paul Gregoire. Absent are Tom Stapleton and Mike Parent. So at this point, let us read this into the minutes so we'll know what we're here for.
Sure.
All right, please find below the legal notice for the following hearing. For publication in the Westfield Evening News, School Street, Westfield, Mass. From the Board of Appeals, Town of Southwick, Southwick, Mass. For release June 1st and June 7th, 2021. Notice is hereby given of a public hearing to be held Monday, June 14th, 2021, online via Zoom at 7 p.m. to hear the petition of Daniel Dumay, whatever. Sorry, Dan.
All good.
For property located at 0 Sodom Mountain Road, parcel 2-1, Southwick, Mass. Petitioner is requesting a front setback variance of 65 feet in order to construct a house on the property. So that's what we have. Are you really looking for a variance of 65 feet?
I believe, if I may, through the chair. So Sophia Bitz is here from R. Levesque Associates here on behalf of the applicant. If through the chair, may I share my screen so I can pull up the application and the plan?
Yeah, go ahead.
Great. Looks like, I don't know, Wendy, if you need to grant me permission to do so.
I think so,
Okay.
yeah.
Do this. All right, you should have access now, Sophia.
Perfect. Great. Thank you so much. Okay, so let me know if you guys can see my screen. Hopefully it's working
All right,
okay.
there we go. That's the one we want to see.
Perfect. So I will start with the application. So yes, the request being sought from this board is a variance for the proposed single-family home to be located at the property project location. Applicant is Mr., I believe it's Dumas. I'm not sure. I'm sorry as well, Dan. And also for by the owner, Ed Beckwith. I will now switch to the plan just to kind of give you an idea of the land, and I will go through the relief being sought as well. So based on, I would say, soils and shape, not so much topography, but I guess it may play a factor as well.
Yeah.
This parcel here is located and riddled with several, I would say not obstructions, but it's a unique lot. And the client is proposing to put a single family home here in this vicinity. Zoning requires that the residential dwelling be 75 feet off of the roadway. Sodom Mountain Road goes here and then becomes an abandoned roadway to further back here. So where the relief is actually being sought is technically not a passed roadway. So it's kind of on a corner lot, if you can see here. So the driveway will be on Sodom Mountain Road. And then it kind of curves around, but the relief to the setback that is required is here due to the wetland buffer. So this petition or project is actually before the Conservation Commission as well as the Planning Board. And as, of course, the ZBA, which we're here tonight for. So right here, the proposed building envelope is to be 65 feet from the roadway. So the relief being sought is actually 10 feet versus 65
Yeah.
feet. So just to clarify that in the application, that it's going to be 65 feet from the roadway, but the relief being sought is only 10 feet off of that. And again, it's based on the shape of the lot and how it's situated both on a public right of way and an abandoned roadway here, as well as the wetlands. There are bank flags here, as well as I believe it's a brook that runs through the property, which
Yeah.
causes difficulty in the placement of the house as well.
We're on that map that you've got, Sophia, if you don't mind, can you show me where the gate is right now?
Sorry, I'm not quite familiar.
It's on Sodom side. Yeah, so,
Pretty much where it says, with the word Sodom Mountain Road are, it's,
yeah, there's a gate right there, right? On the,
on
about
the,
3/4 up, right?
well, where it says RD for road.
Yeah,
Pretty
so
much.
right
Oh,
here,
right, there's a gate there.
right
So,
here,
so
yes.
my question is what access are we getting back there through that gate?
Oh, just before the gate.
Just
Yeah, I believe the public right of way goes to right here, but it hasn't, it's kind of abandoned back here. So there is a gate. It says existing iron gate right here,
Wait, where's Iron Gate?
right
Oh,
here.
okay, it's up there.
Yep. Yep, so if
See,
you
I
see
thought it was
existing,
lower too, Paul.
Yeah.
I thought it was lower also.
Yep, no, it
Yeah.
says existing iron gate is right up here.
Okay, so you've got an access point. So that piece of property is
It will have-
around the abandoned road on that corner to Sodom, is that right?
Yeah, so the access is gonna be right on Sodom Mountain, right before the gate, or a pretty good distance from it. And then
Isn't there wetlands up there?
there are wetlands actually down here. All the bank flags
Everywhere.
are here. There's banks
Huh.
and then there's also wetlands up here as well.
Yeah, it's all over the place, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why the placement of the house was kind of a task and a challenge. But I think kind of to best appropriately place it to not encroach on the wetlands and stay at least 50 feet. We did extensive coordination with the Conservation Commission to ensure that they were comfortable with the placement of the house, as well as the Planning Board. And of course, now before you guys, which is triggering a little bit of relief from this board to allow the placement.
Okay,
And what did conservation have to say on your meeting the other day?
Yeah, so they did request some changes which are reflected. So this plan here is Rev D, which is the latest and greatest plan that was, so you can see here, there have been revisions to the driveway and the limit of work to ensure that we aren't disturbing the wetlands or the minimal disturbance to the wetlands, and keeping as far away as we can to allow for the development to occur. So we do have one more meeting with with the Conservation Commission, as well as planning. Planning wanted to ensure that conservation was in agreement with the proposal before going forward.
So what you're showing us here is that the proposed septic system is up higher than the house.
So I believe the system is here,
Yeah,
and the house is gonna be right in here.
yeah, I'm looking at the numbers for the elevations.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
So you're
yeah.
uphill.
So that
So
we
there'll
have
be a-
405 and 410 here, 410's up here. And then the septic's gonna be, around 390, 391, 390. It's a little bit lower than the house.
Lower than the house, huh? Hmm,
The house has a drive under garage. So the first 8 to 10 feet of the foundation will be built into the hill. And we'll be able to achieve gravity, from the house down to the septic area. We lost our garage early on.
Okay,
You lost the garage, you said?
well,
Well, we had hoped to build a ranch style home
Yeah,
with a 50 by 50 footprint, which included a 2-car garage, at grade level.
uh-huh,
But we can't fit a 50 by 50 footprint here without asking for a lot of relief.
uh-huh.
So we've reduced the footprint to 35 by 37.
Correct.
like a raised ranch scenario.
Well, it's actually going to be a colonial with
Okay.
a drive under garage. So
Okay,
yeah, the driveway will be in the meadow, and exactly, yep. And we'll pull it underneath the house into the garage.
Do they make pontoon boats this large?
It's, the house, we kept everything out of the 50-foot buffer, the house, the septic, everything. The only thing we're putting in the buffer is the driveway, just a gravel driveway, and it's already
Yeah.
meadow, so we're not stirring it up.
okay.
Can anybody explain to us what all that plywood decking is out there in the middle of somewhere here?
That was an old, there was a horse barn there. That's what the stone walls are. It's over near the rain garden. And someone built that plywood deck and put a greenhouse on it years later. And it actually came down a couple of years ago, maybe a year ago. I think someone rented the property for Mr. Beckwith and had a greenhouse.
Okay,
Yeah, so there's a pile of plywood here and with an arrow, so it's somewhere in this vicinity.
Yeah, it's going to go away.
all right, so it's,
Sophia,
So all
you
of that-
mentioned the chair on Rev B on the drawing. I have the no Rev drawing. Could you just quickly go through what was changed from no Rev to Rev B?
Yep, so I don't know if you can see the bottom corner here. So revision A had edits to the riverfront area and limit of work per the Conservation Commission. Rev B included a stream crossing, which is now proposed. Rev C also had mitigation plantings added to the plan. And Rev D also revised the driveway and limit of work, again, to accommodate comments and concerns of the Conservation Commission.
Okay,
So we've been working extensively with Dennis Clark and the commission to
Yeah,
ensure that, we're being as compliant as possible, giving the uniqueness of the lot based on soils and shape at this point.
yeah, the shape of the driveway looks a little bit different from what I'm seeing on the screen. So, all right, I can get an idea of it. It looks like he squeezed you up to the top of your drawing, which is to the west a little bit to probably get you farther away from that buffer.
Exactly.
And you're saying it was 50 foot or 100 foot buffer?
We're trying to stay out of the 50 foot is what my wetland scientist has indicated. We've been working as
I thought it
best.
was 100, but it's
So
an
there's
active
a,
stream, right?
yep, so there's 100 feet, the 100-foot wetland buffer is right here.
Hmm.
But I believe they're trying to push us, as far
Yeah.
away from 50 as possible.
Oh, yeah. No, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just, there's really nowhere else we would be able to place the house at this point. It would, you wouldn't be able to put
Right.
anything there. And the client has already like indicated, it went by a 50 by 50 to a 35 by 37 now. So he's trying to shrink
Yeah.
it down as best he can, but still, build a home that they would like.
As they say, sometimes in life, there's lots that aren't meant to be built on.
Yeah, I've heard that before, unfortunately.
Wow.
I know it's a challenge, but it will be a beautiful location. It's nice and private.
Well,
We
I
put the house
understand,
on.
I understand, but man,
we put it-
And again, the request here, just to clarify, it isn't 60 feet of relief. It's
No, I
20
understand.
feet of relief. So
And we move the house back 190 feet from the road, so it'll be nice and quiet.
right.
And hear the mosquitoes buzzing better.
Oh yeah. That and the ticks. The ticks are incredible.
Oh, yeah, I know. I got a
Yeah.
couple.
It's
They wanted to come home with me. I wouldn't let them.
yeah.
Hmm,
Oof.
Okay,
Told them I had enough of my own.
okay. Well, a lot of it still lies with, so you've got further stuff to do with the conservation and the planning board, correct?
yep. So we have planning board has seen the plans and is just waiting for conservation's determination, just to make sure that, because they're kind of the biggest factor here, as well as
Yeah.
this board as well.
I
And
guess
obviously, if
so.
we can't get the variance, we can't do it either. So I think they were just kind of waiting to see how
Yeah, I
the
know.
two boards would do before deciding.
Yeah, once again, we become critical.
Yep.
Hmm. Okay,
Well, I don't really have a problem with a 10-foot variance on an abandoned roadway.
no, I don't either, Paul. It's not the point. It's just there's so wet there.
Exactly. I mean, if that had come to us without going to all these other people,
Right.
I had a tendency to say, no way, due to topography.
Yeah. I hear you. And again, they still haven't had the final say, correct? So, I mean, it could still get changed or bounced
Well,
from them,
I got a feeling that that'll go. They'll find a way.
Understood.
We won't change the location of the house. It's outside the 50-foot buffer. It can't go anywhere else, really.
Yeah,
And we've been working closely with them to ensure that, whatever comments or concerns that they have, that we're being addressed.
yeah, I mean, yeah. Fortunately, just puts more onto the applicant.
Correct.
Is if you're talking about going over the stream, you gotta do like a culvert or something, right?
Yeah, I believe there's a crossing involved at this point.
The stream is at the road. It's
Right at the road.
it's the drainage ditch, if you will, that takes the water, and right now, well, now it's wet actually, but it goes
Yeah, I know it is.
It's very wet.
it goes from wet to dry every other day. But
They drove down that whole side of Sodom Mountain down there. That road is all wet, right? Like
yeah, it is.
an active stream. I can imagine today it's even worse.
Yeah.
Okay,
So we
Well, I don't know.
well,
put it up into the hill.
that's fine. I mean, good luck on that, I guess. Well, be a lot of stuff to get that house in. You must really want it that bad, I guess.
It's going to be a challenge, but we absolutely fell in love with that spot.
Oh, I know there's a waterfall back there or something too, isn't there?
There is.
Yeah, I thought so.
It's gorgeous. Just
Yeah.
um,
Back in the day, I used to go traverse that road up into Granville. So,
wow. By car, foot, bike.
four-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Wow.
In the old days, yeah, you could do that. And then,
Yes, you could.
then it got so bad that we went up there by horseback.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I'm serious. I'm
Yeah.
serious. We did.
Good.
It's a height by-
If, I don't know, if there are any questions, Paul or Chris, or,
Yeah, my only comment is, yeah, is as complicated as the whole project is, you know, I admire your ambition. As far as we're concerned, I think we just have the 65-foot thing to discuss, and the rest of it we'll have to leave to the other board. So I'm comfortable with the 65-foot, you know,
no,
away
it's really
from
10
that,
foot, Paul.
away from an
Okay.
abandoned road, which is probably one of the easiest ones we've had to deal with in a while.
It's actually 10 foot, Chris.
Right. it's
Yes,
10
well,
10 feet of
60
relief. Yeah,
This,
10-foot variance, yeah, 60,
Right, exactly.
65-foot setback.
That's where I'm like, yeah, that's easy. Like you said, that's easy. It's one of the easier ones.
So, yeah, if we ignore all the other lines and squiggles
Yeah.
on the.
exactly.
and
I'm glad they
pass
put it
that
in red
off,
for me.
Hand that
Yeah,
off to
'cause
the
it-
other boards, then I think we got a pretty clear cut
Okay.
case.
so, all those big boulders, I'm presuming, came from where you dug to get the septic approved?
They did, exactly, yes.
I mean,
There's more to come.
There probably will be. So we're gonna use them along the driveway to monument the limit of work.
There you go. Sure. Okay.
Well,
Chris, you got your master sheet there to put up a motion?
Yeah, it's, that as it's shown on the drawing, that the variance that they're asking for the front setback is the only one for that piece of property. So
Correct.
I make a motion to grant a variance of 10 feet. I'm sorry, grant the front setback variance of 10 feet for the Sodom Mountain Road application for the purpose of building a single-family home.
Okay.
nothing
Give it
else
a
is
second.
required, huh? Got enough land? How much, well, how large is the lot?
3 acres?
It's 3 acres, and
Okay.
you need 1.5, so,
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, everything else is good.
yeah, okay.
Yep, 3.03.
Well, I got a
All right.
second for Chris's motion.
Motion has been made to accept the 10-foot variance, front setback variance. I can't even say it. So do I have a second, Bill?
Second, yep.
All right, we should vote on it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Now, we'd have to make a stipulation, of course, that it's going to be dependent on the Conservation Commission's approval.
Correct.
But as
Understood.
far as our
Okay.
part, I guess we're done.
Great.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate
Really
it.
understood. Okay.
Short
Okay,
and
Dan.
sweet.
Yes.
Good luck.
Good
Great.
luck.
Thank you so
Bill.
much. Thank you for your help and understanding. Thank you.
Yep.
Are you dropping people off, Wendy?
Yep.
There you go.
Okay, so just
Alright.
us guys now?
Yep.
Yep.
Well, like I said, if that was just coming up before us for the first
Oh, yeah.
board, I'd have said no. But they've done a lot of work, that's for sure.
Already.
I mean,
And I think all his thing is kind of depending on if he can do it for the buying, which is good for him, you know? A lot of risk and money spent though, if they can't get it, that's for sure.
yeah,
I think Dennis, if he's been working with him, he's got a leg up as far as conservation, putting it through, so.
well, they'll bamboozle conservation, it's no problem. Arlo
Ooh,
they come up with these plans and it all looks very good, but I still have my doubts. But hey, we've done. our
Anybody dreaming of Carvana?
part. Yeah, that was good too.
Yeah.
Did you say Nirvana or Carvana?
Yeah, well, that's not it. It's Nirvana for the town, as far as dollar signs, but boy, there's a lot up in arms right now.
Hey, tell me, Bill, is that where those 3 buildings were that Tynick was trying to get rid of?
No, it's behind that.
Oh.
It's behind that. Actually, that's why I'm looking at access could be close to 57 or Hudson as well as Tannery, but If you go down Hudson, behind Hudson to the left, heading towards 202, like in between the centrals, that's where that land trust was for 66 acres. So it kind of is landlocked behind Tannery and 202 and 57 and Hudson.
Hudson
if you
is
drew-
across from the library, right?
Correct.
Okay,
So if you drive down Hudson to the sand pits to the left,
yeah,
is where that conservation is in, and it borders up to Tannery Road and then down College Highway as well. So there's a lot of access points, but there's still a lot of traffic being talked about there.
oh, yeah, that's gonna be fun.
The 29th meeting could be interesting, but they're saying it's gonna be Zoom, and it shouldn't be. It should be in person now, right?
Well, not necessarily.
No, huh?
The town hasn't, they haven't okayed the opening yet.
Well, that could be a fiery Zoom type meeting.
Charlie says, we, as of tomorrow, everything's dropped, and so it could be, but I mean, the town still has to say yes, Uncle Carl still
Yeah.
has to say, yeah, it's open, it's not.
Yeah, okay. Well, I
But, yeah,
expect our next one will be in person, I hope.
I hope so too, my gosh.
Yeah.
No offense, but this has been tiring.
Oh, I know. I hear you.
I mean, I
Hear
like
ya.
seeing you guys, but
All we've seen the last 4 months are us three.
What's that? Oh, yeah.
I
us
think
three.
Mike was on one.
I thought he
Oh.
might be on tonight, guy. I don't think he's golfing tonight, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Any other new business, Wendy, coming up?
No,
or-
nothing that I've heard or
Huh.
seen come through, so.
Fabulous.
Okay. Yeah, like I said to Dan, I didn't know they made pontoon boats that big, 36.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, boy, it wasn't even that raining yet. It was wet all the way down that road,
Well, I
And
went there.
it goes up, but it's low there too.
Yeah, it's just it. I can't see it. I don't know why you'd want to be there. Oh, yeah, it's a beautiful spot, he says. Yeah, well, I don't know.
It's gonna be, like you said, gonna be a lot of mosquitoes because there's a lot of water around that place.
Oh, geez, yes.
But
Yeah. Yeah, I was there
Anyway.
this evening and the water's running down the side of the hill and,
yeah,
oh, yeah.
okay.
All right,
Are we
guys.
good?
Yeah, I think we're good. So,
All right, we'll put a
I
motion
just
to
got,
adjourn.
I have
Oh.
one thing. Actually, I
Go ahead, Chris.
got two things. Do you guys remember approving a request for 30 Congamon Road? It was for a garage. It was just a few houses past the Dunkin' Donuts on the left going up Congamon Road.
yeah,
But anyway, it was never
was
built,
tough.
and I went, happened to go by there this weekend, and then there's a garage being built. Now, I don't
Oh,
know. So, I don't know if the new building inspector approved it as is, or how far it is from the road. I just thought it was odd, because when I'm driving around town, sometimes I'll say, oh yeah, I remember this one, or I remember that approval here and there. And they never built anything there, and now I see something going on, so.
that's number 10, right? My head
Number
says.
30, I think it was number 30.
Yeah, that's, all right. And they're building one now.
Yeah, there's something being built there now.
I mean, it seems far enough from the road, et cetera.
Yeah, I'd have to look at our notes from before to see
Yeah.
what the plan was at that time. It seems like it's about the same as the house, but
That's what we
just-
said, I think, same distance as the house. But
Yeah.
the thing is, he's supposed to do that within a year, and it's been at least 2.
yeah, oh yeah, it's been about 4 or 5 years, I think.
Okay,
So
Wow.
I was just curious.
so maybe we need to look that up. Wendy, can you find that, do you think?
Sure.
Let's take a look at it, and then I guess we'll have a quick conversation with the building inspector and see what's
Right.
what.
Okay,
I mean,
Yeah. And the other thing is not board business, but it's town business that I've just down the road from me at 32 Hillside Road there's a piece of property that just went up for sale. It's 18 and a half acres, and it's right across Coast Hill Road from the Nebraska farm. And I've been kind of making the rounds of some different commissions and things to see what can be done to get that made part of the, open space or conservation or land trust or something. So if you guys have the ears of anybody that might be interested in championing that cause, it's I think it's worthwhile. Everybody that I've talked to said, yeah, it's a great idea, but it's going to be, well, financing and this and this and that. So, but
Yeah.
it's if you look at the real estate listing, it says, possible subdivision, and when you read that, it's kind of scary to think that it's on a big slope and there's wetlands at the bottom and all that kind of stuff. But it's just since it's so close to all that, the 100 acres of whatever Broska Farm is, it's a perfect piece to get just sucked up into that.
Rosca Farm?
Yeah,
I,
Coles
on the
Hill?
corner of Coase Hill and Hillside Road.
no, I didn't know the Rosca was way up there. Okay.
Yeah, it's like there's all in this area. There's all kinds of APRs and 61As and a
Yeah,
lot of conservation land, which it's just the perfect spot since it's all undeveloped and it gets hayed right now. It's got a barn on it that the guy that owns it now completely renovated when he bought the property. The guy that owns it is across Coast Hill Road at number 111, and he bought it so that he could preserve the view from his house, basically, was what he told me when I saw him about 5 years ago. And now he's selling his house for $1.7 million, and he's also
Oh, wow.
selling this
Yeah.
piece of property. So he seems to be getting out of town, but it's just a shame that, if this property would get subdivided and so I'm kind of trying to champion the cause and keep it in front of people's eyes and ears. So if you, I don't know what's going to come of it, but if you talk to anybody, just mention that, it's an open issue that should be considered by the town.
I'm looking,
You're not gonna get money from the town. I know that.
Yeah, I've contacted the Franklin Land Trust to see if they somehow can get interested in it, but it's just all in the inquiry stage right now.
Well,
that'd be 32 Hillside, right, Chris?
Yes.
I got the listing in front of me here. Coldwell Banker. I wonder if our friend Mr. Wally might be interested in something like that.
Yeah,
It
well,
borders-
Dennis, when I talked to Dennis, he mentioned that also.
It
He
borders a lot of
mentioned
his
John-
property. Because he owns down below it up to Double MB Ranch there behind it.
Oh,
Interesting. Okay. Well, I've
so,
got a pipeline to Mr. Wally through somebody that's related to me, so I'll let her roll it up and see what happens.
there
Yeah.
you go.
yeah, I just want to make people aware of it that,
Yep.
so I don't want to drive by that realtor sign and see a sale pending without at least making the effort to try to get it preserved somehow.
I'm glad it's not on my listing.
Well, it's listed for 375, and I know that I looked at the records, he bought it for 200,000 in 2014 and put some money into the barn, so he's looking to make a nice profit on it. So
Yeah.
can't blame him for that, but it looks like it's priced to sell to be subdivided, not priced to sell to put one house on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
So that's it. That's it from me.
Okay.
Okay. I'll put a motion to adjourn again.
Okay, I'll second
All in
this time.
favor? All in favor to adjourn?
Aye.
Okay, we're adjourning.
Okay,
Okay.
see you,
All right,
everybody.
very good. Good night, everyone.